Live for a month on a compliment like that without food.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, let's see. We're going to pass this. Sean, do you want to say something a little bit about the text, and then we'll pass it on to one of the Christinas and then the other Christina.
Well, it was written after my wife and I had left so she could return to grad school. We were in California, and our first son was just about to be born, and both of us missed the place immensely. And we were coming home actually to visit our dearest and oldest friends here, Ben and Karen, who got us to Virginia City in the first place. And so I was trying to imagine what it was I really did miss about the place. And so that's what the backbone of the poem is about, is what led us to finally return and call this place home. It's a meditation on this, both the environment and the people, and a contrast between what we don't have when we leave here and what we do have when we come back.
Okay, let's pass this on. Let me ask Christine. This is Christina Van Giel. I want to get it right. Now, you came to this experience. You auditioned for it, right? No? Okay, you have to speak into the microphone. Okay.
No, my director of my other company let me read the thing and then gave me the part.
Could you explain what your part is?
I'm reading for a pioneer girl who is crossing the desert.
Yeah. What did you learn from this experience of working with this? Like, did you learn about the clothing and the wagon wheels, or the struggle, or what did you learn?
I don't know.
Okay, maybe after you go through and have you on stage with all these people behind you and playing, and you'll have some different experiences. But are you happy to do this?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Well, let's pass the microphone on to Christina Thomas. And would you like to talk a little bit about this song you weren't 100% familiar with, right? Can you just explain some differences that you found, or?
Yeah, sure. First of all, Pisha Yanona, good evening. I just wanted to say thank you for asking me to come and sing. It's my first time singing with the Carson Symphony, and I was really proud that they were doing this 150th celebration for Nevada, but that they were also including the original people of this area. So oftentimes in our own state or throughout the United States, we are kind of forgotten about as the first people here. So I thought that was really great that they were including some of the indigenous people from this area in the piece. So when I was approached to sing this song, I had heard it before, and I had told David that some of the words were the dialect that I had heard this song before was a little bit different, so I might sing it a little bit differently. But it gave me a chance to, because like I said, I have heard this song before and I know it, so it gave me a chance to really learn just another one of our traditional songs of my people. So I think it was important that they did choose a pine nut blessing song, which was important, a very staple food for our people, and then also at the time that it is right now, it's pine nut season, so it worked together really perfectly. So
there's a nice little segue in there, because the one part of the poem that you're reading talks about the pine nuts. Was it?
Being glazed in fall. Glaze and sap.
Glaze and sap, which is, I guess, means ready to pick, right? Well, and their richness. Mm-hmm. How'd you learn about, or I mean, what's your experience in learning your singing techniques and things like that?
Well, I grew up on the reservation in Pyramid Lake, and my family wasn't very traditional. I knew a few things here and there, and then as I started attending school at the university, I just had a visitor who came to one of my classes, who actually is a mentor of mine now, who taught me what I know pretty much of the Paiute language. And from there, I've just had so many experiences just with learning who I am and where I come from with the language. I've gotten to travel nationally and internationally, being an ambassador for my people. And when I started learning the language, I got to learn stories and dances and songs that go along with our culture, because you cannot just learn the language without the culture part of it. So I feel very blessed that I've gotten the opportunities I have by simply just being proud of who I am and where I come from. and I never would have thought that I would be teaching in Washoe County School District, let alone a native language of my ancestors. So I feel really lucky that I get to go to school and work with majority of my students are Native American students, but also I have other students in my classroom who are not. And a lot of times, I see them outside in the community or somewhere, and they say that was their favorite class and that they are educating people about our people just to others that you don't really get to see in the school system. So that's a really good feeling. And I'm not a fluent speaker, but I know enough where they call it a proficient. So I'm able to understand elders, and I just, like I said, I feel really blessed that I've been able to be put on this path, that everything kind of came to me, and I've been really blessed with the opportunities that I've had, singing and traveling, representing my people.
I understand you sang for the President and Mrs. Obama.
I haven't sang for President Obama. He's the only one I haven't sang yet for. So yes, I've sang for his wife, a different occasion for Vice President Biden, Senator Harry Reid a few times, and the governors of Marin Reno, and of course Brian Sandoval as well. So I'm kind of like the person they asked to sing.
Now I want to ask you about your dress. Is there something that you'd like to impart to us about what you're wearing and what the significance of it?
Yeah, sure. And I'll stand right here so some of you guys can't see. But this dress was actually, it's my aunt's. She made this when she was 14. So it's in, it does need to be fixed up a little bit. We noticed when I was putting it on too, some stuff's coming loose. But so it's over, I believe, 50 years old, so she made it when she was 14. The moccasins are hers as well, but this is a traditional northern Paiute, I guess you'd call it regalia. Some people say costume. We don't really like that. But our traditional regalia, northern Paiute and southern Paiute, a lot of people think they're the same, but they're not. We're not. One reason you can tell that we're northern Paiute is by our collars. So some of you guys might be familiar with Sarah Winnemucca. You see some of her photos. She has this collar. We wear these, and then also our moccasins are usually up to our knees. They're high cut versus Southern Paiute, they're lower. So, but we don't really have too much beadwork. You might see like Plains Indians. Their fringe is very long, and they have their dresses are like beaded capes. We're kind of simple, and the collars were pretty much like the most beadwork that we have. Not really sure what else. A lot of people always ask, like, do the colors mean anything? Mine's like traditional, so most of my colors are earth colors. We do have beads now that are like pink and like bright green, but our traditional designs were geometric designs. Girls were diamonds and zigzags, so geometric shapes and earth colors, kind of representing the things that we have in the earth, like the sky's blue, water's, clouds are white, that sort of thing. So that's pretty much it. My feather was given to me by a friend. So usually feathers are given to somebody when they do something of honor, a good thing, or they're passed down through generations. So I don't really know what else, if you guys have questions about what I'm wearing. So
we can take some general questions. I just want to go quickly. Can we pass that microphone to Jim? Do you mind talking about the different sections of the piece?
Oh, well, this
is a little, okay.
Program.
Okay.
Okay, so the piece is bound both beginning and end with a fanfare to just kind of, blow the dust off the history books. And then, okay, you don't have...
I have it right, well...
Anyway...
The next part is the Dawn Washoe Valley.
Oh, yes.
It's been a while since you wrote this.
Yeah. And that's Tilson Clark.
Yeah, well, yeah.
First,
Walter, who taught basketball up at Virginia City. Couldn't get a team together, so he had to take two students from Dayton to do the
What's his full name?
Walter Van Tilburg.
That's right. Walter Van Tilden Clark.
Tilburg Clark.
Tilburg Clark.
I had to write it down last night.
It's been a long time. Who's most famous for writing the novel The Oxbow Incident, which was made into a movie. And this is a poem by him, and it's about dawn and birds, and that's not me. No. This is that classic scene.
That's a wake up.
And so that it's a beautiful poem, and it's a nice way to start the piece because it's about dawn. And then
It's got a great line in there, which we argued over how to pronounce it yesterday.
Yeah.
Muezzin's cry.
Muezzin's cry.
Muezzin meaning was like in a Muslim town.
Call to
the
prayer.
person who calls to prayer.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It talks about words.
And then Comstock is the middle large section of the piece, which is bound by Sean's poem. But it starts with Mark Twain telling you the absolute truth about life in Virginia City when he lived there.
From Roughing It, which is a great book.
Yeah, from Roughing It, which the book that he wrote.
Yeah.
And then A Place of Stone is the poem by Sean that starts and then reoccurs. Pine Nut Blessing Song, which Christine, is that right?
Christina.
Christina has already talked about. That was a song that I got from Gail Johnson, who's Paiute, and she learned it from her father, who was a shaman or a medicine man, or what, I'm not sure how you refer to him, but so that's where we got that song. And then Back to the Place of Stone, and then Another Ox Down, which is by Christina, which is, I can't remember the poet. That's right. It was a journal.
It was an entry by
diary.
Hester.
Written by a young girl.
14-year-old girl.
14-year-old. Immediately after they got over the what is it called?
40-mile desert.
Right, the 40-mile desert, and it's an incredible description of that journey. And so that's
and then lessons.
And then finally, In the Desert Tonight, which is another Walter Venn.
No, it's a Gary Short.
Gary Short. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we do different
It's
poets.
too long.
It's been a while. He's got other projects. We've been
14
doing
years.
Yeah, okay.
That's right, Gary Short. I totally forgot about that.
Another great Nevada poet. We were surrounded by some good ones.
Yeah. So and then the Lesson of the Land, which has been talked about, and then finally the fanfare.
Thank you. Any quick questions? Because we really kind of have to run. But yes, you have a question.
Christina, could you teach us how to say good evening that you said when you began?
She wants to say good evening.
Oh, yeah, actually a little bit, maybe an easier word would just be pisha, just means like good or for anything really, something positive. And tabino is afternoon. So if you just said pisha tabino.
Pisha Patin.
Yep, pisha tabino, it's good afternoon.
I
or
want to
good
say
day.
one thing too. I want to, 14 years ago, it was a fantastic experience for me. It was really kind of ushering for me the beginning of a new era of composing. Like when I came down here, I hadn't had any CDs made or anything like that. And, I've been played by other orchestras. Yeah, or even wax. But it's amazing for me to come back now and listen to this piece again and first of all realize, hey, it was a pretty good piece. And second of all, see, for me personally as an artist, how many seeds it planted for me as an individual. So I want to thank David, one, for inviting me to do it in the first place, and two, for doing it again. So thank you so much. And thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Some of us have to prepare to do a concert. Some of you have to prepare to get the good seats. Okay. So thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, panelists.